This is the Raytheon RAY-152 HF single sideband marine radio. Radio covers 100 kHz to 30 MHz. Transmitter goes from 1.6 to 30 MHz. Radio is made by JRC, Japan Radio Corporation. JRC actually sold this radio in the rest of the world as the JSB-176 under their own brand name. In the United States it was sold under a Raytheon name. Hams might actually know this radio. It is the same radio as the JRC JSB-175. That was a ham radio sold in the 90s. And the inside is identical. It uses the same plug-in ports, the same power amplifier. The only difference is that this radio has a control panel that's fit for marine use, and hams, obviously, they want to dial and all the other things they're used to. But it's the identical radio. It uses the same modules. The JSB-135 was tested quite well in the QST report. And if you're interested in this radio, you might want to check that, because the receiver performed exceptionally well in that test. Also listening to the 20 meter band here. Tuning goes pretty quickly with up-down buttons. The radio has 200 memories, very easy to program. For instance, if I want to store this channel in memory number 5, all I have to do is 5 and then memory right. If I then tune away, I program this one in memory 6. Recall is simple, 5 enter, and 6 enter. In this way I also program to 60 meter channels. This is one of the 60 meter channels. 51 is another one. And here we're back on 20 meters again. Works quite well. Radio has some other features. There is a clarifier that does 10 Hz steps. 10 Hz is possible because the radio has 2 direct digital synthesizers, and that makes 10 Hz steps possible. Volume, obviously. This is to determine the meter functions. There is a noise blanker in 2 levels. There is a tune function. There is a squelch. There is a RF function. The radio has all the ITU memories programmed. I'll show you that in a minute. Radio is upper sideband capable. It is lower sideband capable. There is an AM mode, amplitude modulation. There is a CW mode. And there is an FSK mode. So it really covers everything you want. AGC can be turned off, which could sometimes in handy in FSK modes. It can toggle between 150 watts and 50 watts. For instance, if I go to the dummy load, if I give a shout on the microphone, you see the radio does 150 watts with ease. If I go to reduced power, that's what we have now. We are at 50 watts. I have the original noise cancelling microphone with it. You can turn noise cancellation on or off. Now I have it off, but when you are in a noisy environment like on a ship, then it comes in handy. It's basically done by a second microphone that's built in here, which cancels out the background noise. Let's go back to the antenna. Quickly show you the modulation capability. I have an FT187 at 14.2 upper sideband, and that's what we have here. We'll switch to the dummy load. That's where we're now. 1, 2, 3. Radio is dead on frequency. Still on 50 watts. Go to the high power level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the upper side. We can check lower sideband quickly. Or lower sideband. 1, 2, 3. Lower sideband. Let's check AM. Just for the heck of it. AM. 1, 2, 3. This is amplitude modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amplitude modulation works quite well. That works too. So let's show you the power levels that we're going to have at the different bands. I already showed you 20 meters. We're going back to the dummy load and we're going to try some frequencies here. Now I told you already the radio covers 100 kilohertz to 30 megahertz, but the transmitter goes from 1.6 megahertz. So let's do that. And to show you it's 1.6, you can hear the broadcast.
For every purchase of $25 or more, you'll get...
Alright, we're back to the dummy load. Let's have a look at our meter. It does a little bit more than 150 watts. So that's so the 160 meter band would not be a problem at all for this radio. Let's go to 80 meters. That would be 38000. A little bit less than 150 watts. Let's go to the 60 meter channels. I have that programmed in. Alright, that's 60 meters. It's a little bit less than 150. Let's go to 40 meters. That would be 71000. $150 watts. Let's go to 30 meters. That would be 101000. That is 150 watts. The next one would be 18 megahertz, 100 I think it is. $150 watts. 20 meters I already showed you. Well, we can do it anyway. 141000. Alright. A little bit more than 150. 15 meters. 21300. 150. 24900 would be the 12 meter band. 150. I guess I should have programmed this in the memories. 28300. We're at 10 meters now. 150. And that basically covers the ham bands. For those of you that want to see that, you never can tell. 150 at that band too. Let's go back to our Maritime Mobile Service Net.
Modulate that mic instead of making all that damn noise. Go ahead.
Works very well.
20 southeast, 30 southwest, 120.
This is a demonstration of the ITU marine channels. We're here on channel 824, which is 8.788 megahertz. I can scroll through these channels. Here's another one. These ITU channels can be called up by pressing this button here, and I can check the frequency, or I can go by channel number. Direct channel selection is possible. If I want to go back to 830, there I am. All ITU marine channels are programmed in this radio. I'll show you a little demonstration of the frequency accuracy. The way I always test that is on WWV. 20 megahertz is the highest frequency, which is the most accurate result you're going to get. I have that programmed in memory. What you see here, we're at 300 hertz off the carrier for the Boulder, Colorado station. And what you hear out of the speaker is obviously a 300 hertz tone. So we're 300 hertz too low and we're in upper sideband. If I then go to 300 hertz too high in lower sideband, the difference in tone is basically twice the frequency error. So I have that programmed here. So this is 20,0003 in lower sideband. And listen to the tone. You need to have a little bit, you cannot be completely tone deaf, of course, but for those of you who can hear this is the 300 hertz tone on the high side of the carrier, and this is the tone on the low side of the carrier. And the error, if there is any, is really small. The human ear is capable of hearing at 300 hertz about half a hertz difference. That's the resolution. And then, since the error shows up twice in this method, the real error would then be a quarter of a hertz, which is pretty damn accurate. So this is the 1, this is the 2. I hear a slight difference, and it's probably less than a hertz, and that shows you how accurate this radio is. Now mind you, this method only works with radios that have all frequencies derived from a single master oscillator, which is the case here. It does not work for radios that have independent crystals, for instance, for the Siegel sideband injection frequency. But in this radio, that's all derived from the same master oscillator by means of direct digital synthesizers. So don't try this at home if you have an old radio. This only works for modern radios.
Going to that Mayo Clinic. You're okay, but I'm glad everything is okay with you.
We're now on 80 meters in the evening hours. Lots of static crashes, unfortunately. Amplitude modulation.
Pictures of him being as much as 40 cases wide. And he jumped up. Those guys are 75, they're wide.
Let's see what power level we get. Switch to the dummy load. This is the microphone. We get 150 watts, and the current that we are drawing is close to 32 amps. So you need a good power supply for this radio. Now it is possible to put it in low power. That would be 50 watts. So that obviously would be less current.
Looking for check-ins. Anyone anywhere? Come down. Looking for check-ins before we start a later round. Come now.
We're now on 40 meters in the evening hours.
I'm not copying you very well at all.
The backlights come out a little bit better now.
Voice-wise, good. Signal is in the dinky lead.
Lots of static.
taking the two antennas down. WCO from AE7KI. Delta 5, Boston Kilowatt Victoria. Boston Kilowatt Victoria, you're 5 and 7 in the state of Oklahoma. State of Oklahoma, Captain. WB5 Boston Kilo Victoria, you are 4x9, 4x9, QSL. QSL for 4x9, 7-3 is good DX.
This is the back of the radio. As you see, it uses standard automotive fuses. That's kind of easy. This is the 13.6 volt DC input. It looks like a ham Molex connector, but it's not. It's different. Similar, but it won't fit if you use a ham radio connector. Accessory port. Antenna coupler can be connected to linear amplifier. There is a key input, as you can see. Don't know if it comes out in the video. There is a receiver antenna, extra receiver antenna possible. There is an exciter output in case you use a different amplifier. The oven can be kept on during standby, or it can be switched off when the radio is switched off. The antenna is a regular SO239 connector. Nothing special there. This is the ID plate. The power amplifier is kind of sticking out, as you can see. That is pretty massive, just like the old JSB-175 had. It's the same amplifier. And there is a blower in there. Blower is very tolerable, it's not too noisy. It only kicks in when the amplifier gets hot. And that's the rear apron. You can see the radio is in very good condition. There is no corrosion whatsoever. This has still a good shine. The metal that is coated with some kind of chromat coating, and that always gets pit corrosion when these radios are used on boats for a while. And I don't think this one has ever been on a boat.
On a Sunday, HI, and will takes about 10 kilometers north of Manchester.
Alright, the Raytheon RAY-152 all-mode single sideband marine radio, very usable for ham. In fact, it is the JSB-135 in disguise, as I told you earlier. A great performer. This particular one is in excellent condition. As you can see, the front panel is pristine. There is no yellowing on the keys that you often see with these radios. This is the power amplifier. It is in like new condition. It is used, but whoever owned it took really good care of it. It doesn't look like it has ever been used in a boat because there is not a speck of corrosion on it, which you could see earlier when I showed you the rear. The Raytheon RAY-152 HF single sideband marine radio and ham radio. Thank you for watching this video.